Today, I want to talk about 5 strategies you can use to instantly improve your conversations with people. And this can help you create stronger bonds with somebody, or it can help you make more friends, and it can overall just help you improve your social life in general. No matter what your goal is, these 5 strategies I will promise you, it will help you just like it helped me. So, the first strategy I want to talk about is listening. I was the type of guy that was really nervous about having interactions with people, especially when I was about to meet somebody new. I was always stuck in my own head thinking like, what should I say to this person? Or how should I start this interaction? Or like, what is he gonna think of me? What is she gonna think of me? I realized that I was just always stuck in my own head when I was having these interactions. And the first strategy that I implemented, and it really helped me, was instead of focusing on what I should say or how I should start the interaction, my whole goal was to just be a really, really good listener. And that's the first strategy. Be an amazing listener. Make that your priority in every single interaction. When someone's talking to you, don't try your best to not be stuck up here, but to listen to them. Because when you are fully present and just listening to the other person, your brain will automatically come up with questions you are genuinely curious to ask about that other person. And by the way, if you're ever wondering what you should say to somebody or what type of questions to ask, it should be the type of questions you are genuinely curious about. And how do you do this? It's just because you're listening to the other person. Don't interrupt them. Whenever they're talking and talking, just be fully engaged with them, right? Look at them in the eyes. Don't keep nodding your head. You don't have to do that. Just look at them and just be fully present, and you'll notice how much of an impact this is going to make with your conversations. So from now on, try this out when you go to somebody new or you're about to speak to somebody, or overall in your next interaction. Just be aware. Be like, I just want to be an amazing listener. That's the first strategy. And this actually ties into my second strategy. I used to have a big problem with this too. Talk less than you need to. Just talk less in general with everybody. One of the laws of power is always say less than necessary. You want to be the guy that just listens to somebody while they're just talking to you, right? When you do this, again, they're subconsciously, if they keep just telling you stories or they're sharing personal stuff about themselves to you and you're just listening, acknowledging it, they are subconsciously liking you more and more. The way you make friends, the way people like you is through asking questions. So instead of being the guy that's just talking and talking and talking, how about you just be the one that just listens, right? And I used to be the guy that would just talk and talk and talk and talk. And sometimes it would work, sometimes it wouldn't. But when I switched it around and I was the guy that just asked questions and just listened to the other person, I noticed I got a better response from other people. People started respecting me more. I started to make more friends. Socially, it just makes a huge difference. Just in every area, just talk less than you should. Because for instance, let's just say you're trying to make a point about something, right? And let's say there's a point A and a point B, and you're just talking about so many unnecessary things, and the other person listening to this, he's like, what's the point of this? Or why did I even need to know that? You could have said something that maybe would have taken you a minute, but it probably took you 5 minutes to explain because you kept talking and talking and talking. Maybe because it was the fear of that other person would leave or he wouldn't be as engaged. Or you're maybe stuck in your head saying, how can I keep this person engaged? But in reality, if you just talk less than necessary, it makes so much more of an impact to the other person listening to you. And again, this advice, just try it for yourself and you let me know how it works for you, because when I make all of these videos, I use these today and it works tremendously well for me. So that's the second point, talk less than you should. And then the third point is asking people genuine questions that you have about them. And I kind of tied this to my first thing, but again, when you're present or when you are just listening to people and you're talking less, your brain is just going to come up with genuine fucking questions about the other person. And I'm going to add this in here. One of the best questions you can ask somebody is, when was the moment you first realized? Because this type of question allows the other person to dig deep into the first moment they realize that they like that thing or they want to be that thing. For instance, if you ask somebody, so what do you do for a living? Or what's your passion, right? And they say, I want to become an entrepreneur. You could always ask, when was the moment you first realized that you wanted to become an entrepreneur? And then they would have to dig deep about why. Why do they want to become an entrepreneur? When was the moment they wanted to become an entrepreneur? And I'm telling you, when someone shares this with you, they're creating a stronger bond with you. So you can use that question with anything. So that was a little bonus I wanted to add in there. But again, yep, the way somebody likes you is through questions, is through just being genuine about what are you actually curious about that other person. So that's the third point. And the fourth point is values and emotions. Instead of, when you're listening to the content of what other people are saying, what's the context behind it? Focus on the values and emotions. So again, back to the thing, when someone's like, I want to be an entrepreneur, one of the values is freedom, because entrepreneurship gives you freedom. So you could always be like, so when was freedom so important to you? Or why is freedom so important to you? You're connecting through the values of something. So you could be, and another example is, let's say someone's gonna go, so they say someone loves skydiving, right? What's the value behind that? Fun, adventure. You could always ask something like, so when was the moment you first realized that adventure is such a big value for you, right? So he said he liked skydiving, and then you said, when was the moment you first realized that adventure was like a priority for you, was such a big value for you? And the other person, they'll be like, holy shit, this guy gets me. Like, I love adventure, right? And people use this on me too, and it made me just instantly like that person way more. So connect through values and emotions, and you can just be creative with this, just asking specific questions to connect. Again, it could be emotional or it could go through values. So values and emotions over content. And then the last thing, I already kind of hinted it throughout this, is just being present. You being in a conversation with somebody and you're present, instantly the other person can tell a difference. This takes time. I'm not gonna say this, I'm not gonna tell you like this will instantly, like you can instantly become present in every single conversation. You just need to be aware of this. One thing that did help me is just meditating and overall talking to more people, right? It's because when you're present during that conversation, you will come up with questions. You will be more genuine about the other person. And you having the idea, let's just say you're talking less and you're listening more, it'll kind of already help you be more present because you're not worrying about what to say next. Your brain will give you the answers. Your brain has all the resources you need to create a stronger bond with somebody or make a friend, or it gives you the resources to ask the questions you're genuinely curious about. And I promise you that if you do this, the other person will instantly tell. If you take two people, one is just stuck in their fucking head, just the video cut out. So as I was saying, if you are stuck in your own head, if you take two people and you're stuck in your own head, if the other person will easily tell between someone that's not present and someone that easily is present in the conversation, so genuine about the conversation. And these 5 components, these 5 strategies is truly what helped me just overall have better conversations with people. So listen, just make that your main priority, listen more, talk less than you should, ask the other person genuine questions you are genuinely curious about. If you're not curious, if there's a question in your mind, but you don't care to ask it, don't fucking ask it. Ask only questions you're genuine about. Connect with through values and emotions. So when they're explaining like a story to you, this is where it's great for. If someone's explaining a story to you, listen about, like focus on about the values, like what values do they have in that, or what emotions do they have in that, and connect them through those. And then be present. And notice how much instantly you're gonna be, how instantly you are gonna have better conversations with anyone you have. I hope these type of videos helped you. This is probably one of my best videos. I'm really proud about this one. If you like these type of videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.